everyone, welcome back to the channel for another video. This week I am taking you guys along with me for my pop-up markets. I had a double header weekend. I had 2 different markets in 2 different states on 2 different days. Did I hate myself at the end of this? Absolutely. But it was a fun time and I'm going to take you along. I'm going to run you through my numbers, take you through a little bit of a day in the life, and it's going to be a great time. So on to day 1. First market of the weekend was the Huntsville Downtown Vintage Market. And when I tell you guys, this is tied for number 1 of my all-time favorite markets I've ever done. It's tied for number 1. Okay, absolutely no notes, 10s across the board. I had such a great time at this market, beginning to end. Okay, before things even got started, the communication was top tier. They sent us emails, they made a group message for us on Instagram with all the vendors, so if anybody had a question, they could answer it in the group. We could chat with other vendors, see if anybody needs anything. Like, it was great. And honestly, they actually specially requested me, not to brag, but they did specially request me to do this market. Like, they reached out to me and they were like, hey, we host a market in Huntsville. Are you free this weekend? We'd love to have you. We've been following you for a while. We love your content. We love what you pick up. Please say you can do this. And I was like, absolutely. Whatever you need, let me know. I'll send my money right now for the vendor fee. Just let me know the weekend, let me know the time, and I'm there. Like, if you're gonna specially request me, obviously I'm gonna say yes. That does not happen very often, so I was so flattered. Normally when I do markets, like, I've seen other people do it and there's like a website, you apply, yada yada yada, and they either accept you or reject you. But this time they were in my DMs and they were like, hey, we love you, come be part of our market, please. And I was like, absolutely, I will. So that's exactly what I did. But like I said, they were the sweetest people and so considerate. So since I was making a little bit of a road trip, there was like maybe 5 or 6 of us that were making a road trip to come to this market. So they actually let us load in last. So our load in time was at 9:30, and the people who were more local had to load in between 8:30. So we got to load in shifts, and we also got to start packing up in shifts of shifts as well, which was nice. But I knew that this market was gonna go absolutely insane when at 10:40 I was already making sales. I was like, this thing doesn't actually start till 11 and people are already shopping in my booth. I'm already making sales. Like, it's gonna be a great day. Let's freaking go. I was so excited. It was a little nerve-wracking though, because I'm like, I'm trying to get this stuff set up. It's not perfect, it's not ready, please stop shopping. But I'm not going to tell someone to stop shopping to get my life together. So we just, rock and rolled. I had so much fun. I made new friends. I got to hang out with my old friends. I knew when they were bringing people from Atlanta that I usually been with and some people from Tennessee. I was like, oh yeah, they're bringing out the best of the best. They are serious about this market. It like blew my mind that this is only the second time that they've ever hosted a market, because everything went like so incredibly smooth, and like the location was great because we were underneath this like parking garage, so we were on the bottom floor, and so we were like still outside, but we didn't have to use our tent. There's a nice breeze coming through, and we were smack in the middle of downtown, so like there was so much foot traffic on a Saturday downtown. So like, even if you weren't into vintage and you didn't hear about it on Instagram, like, we had signs outside, the music was blaring, we had food trucks. They actually blocked off 2 of the streets leading into the garage, so like anytime you see that, obviously you want to go and check it out. So they really set us up for success, and I can't thank them enough. I'm so hyped for the next one. This really set the tone for the weekend, and I was again, no complaints. I loved this, but I did have to head home, grab a little Diet Coke and some cookies to celebrate. But then we had to restock the car for day 2. I was exhausted. It was like 10 p.m., but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. Low-key, still speechless after day 1. I had such an incredible time. I cannot wait till they have another market because I will be signing up expeditiously. So let's run through the numbers. So I sold a total of 73 items, which is honestly amazing. I do have a $5 bin, which helps boost a lot of my numbers because a lot of sales that I wouldn't have made otherwise come from the $5 bin, if that makes sense, because not everyone wants to spend a whole bunch of money on vintage. They either don't appreciate it or they don't understand why like used clothes are expensive, and honestly the $5 bin is sometimes cheaper than just thrifting at a store. So I love to have that, and it's always a crowd favorite. So I did have a $5 bin. So I had someone buy like a 4-item bundle from the $5 bin. Someone bought an 8-item bundle from the $5 bin. And then my $5 bin is either inventory that just hasn't sold yet, or just little things that I found thrifting that were like $1 or something, and I think they're really high quality and I just want to throw in a little freebie. So I have things from like jeans to jackets to dresses, you name it, I have it in there, and it's a crowd favorite every single time. So if you're getting into vintage markets, I highly recommend having a $5 pile. Anywho, so 73 items sold. I made a total of $12.85 before taxes and fees and all of that good stuff. So I was already happy with $1,200. So let's run through my actual fees. $60 for gas because it was a road trip for me, so $60 in gas. The vendor fee for this one was higher. It was $125, but this is a smaller market, and honestly the location was insane. They even blocked off, you know, the roads, and they had police there. Like, they had the whole nine. So honestly, worth the $125 because the location, everything was so good. And we were underneath a carport, or like at the bottom of a parking garage, so we actually got to be cool and we weren't in like the blazing sun. I would pay $125 for this luxury experience any day of the week. And then also at this market we actually had to pay taxes, so that's not a thing that I'm like used to. Alabama is like the only place that I've ever had to take into account sales tax, so this was news, or like new to me. But I like added up my total and they took out like a 9% sales tax, so that ended up being $68. Anyway, so that was a total of $253 in fees. So after everything was said and done, what does that leave me with? I didn't even do the, hold on. Sorry, I did all these calculations and forgot to actually figure out what my final profit was, but I made a total of $1,000 and $1,032, which is not bad. That is a great day, especially since my fees were a lot higher at this market than I typically would like. Normally my fees were in like the $150 or less range, but this one was about $100 more. So honestly, still very happy with my results. So let's get into day 2. Goodness gracious, day 2. Yeah, this was a struggle start to finish, both by myself and the market. Everything was a struggle, like polar opposite of day 1. I think if I didn't have such a great day, the first day in Huntsville, I'd be a lot more upset about, you know, this market, but it's fine. You know, I did really good the first day, so we were big chilling. The second day was just for the vibes and a little extra money on top, you know what I mean? But anyway, it all started when I woke up to my Hail Mary alarm, which is like my one last shot to wake up. I woke up at 5:25. I had every intentions on leaving at 5:30, so it gave me enough time to like take my time on my drive and to get Starbucks and to get some caffeine and food and all that good stuff, but I didn't have time. So I was actually really happy that they had workers walking around from this Hero Donuts place giving out little $5 coupons so that we could go across the street and get some food, because it was much needed. And honestly, the food was good. It was just not at all what I was expecting, and it was kind of skimpy, if I'm being honest. Like, this is what I got. It was supposed to be loaded tater tots with like jalapenos, eggs, cheese, like the works, right? And it didn't look very appetizing. It tasted good, but like it was a very small portion, and like for $15 I was like, okay, yeah. Anyway, moving on. Here I am just kind of tagging everything, because obviously the night before I was exhausted after, you know, having a full day of work and having to drive 3 hours just to wake up and drive another 2.5 hours. So here I am tagging all the stuff that I picked up the night before so that my racks look nice and full. Nothing worse than having like an empty rack at the start. It just doesn't look good. But here I am walking into Publix so I could go to the bathroom, because this is like the last time I had to go to the bathroom before the market started, because I was not gonna be able to leave my booth. And then I had to get some food and something to drink, so I got like a sandwich, some chips, and some watermelon. And then I also got 2 drinks, well, 1 drink and the other one's just ice, to like keep my food cold. It was like the best thing I had, to like an ice pack. But the dogs were out, and I honestly felt so bad because it was blazing hot, and I know that black tar was not feeling good on those paws, so I honestly felt bad for all the dogs out there. But The day was honestly very hit or miss. Like, there were a couple ways where people were like out, but for the most part it was very, very bare, which is kind of crazy to me because this market, first of all, I never even saw what this market was. It's the Summer Hill Sunday Market hosted by Georgia Vintage Goods. Here I am eating my watermelon. Side note, I think this is like the best little snack you can have, honestly, because it's very refreshing, it's filling, and it's very hydrating. So it's like perfect for a hot day, but you have to be able to keep it cold, which is why I got the little cup of ice. Anyway, this company hosts this market like every other month. It's right behind a college. It's right behind Georgia State, I believe. And so honestly, I thought the college kids would be out. We're in school now, because the last time I did this market, it was in the middle of summer. It was very hot. The college kids were not out. But I figured this time the college kids would be out. They were nowhere to be found. Like, they do so much marketing for this thing, and it was still like dead. I made a decent amount, but like it was just very subpar, and it was so incredibly hot. I probably will not be doing this market again. I just don't think it's worth my time and effort and energy. I still made, profit, but like I said, like if I didn't do so well the day before, I would be pretty upset about this one. I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't hit, so I will not be doing this one again. But I was so happy to finally be done. I was like overheated and exhausted, and I still had to do a 2.5 hour drive home. That was like the last thing I wanted to do, and I was really hoping that I would come back with like, I don't know, half of what I came with, and I just did not sell that much. I sold a lot of $5 stuff, which was great. I had some repeat buyers from the last time I was out here, which was great. I did have like one solid big bundle, but like overall nothing too crazy. So I was very happy to kind of head home. But yeah, day 2 was just not my favorite, but it's okay. We all have our bad days. You move on. Yeah, so day 2 was a struggle. I'm so glad I did really well day 1, because I would be distraught about my results at day 2. But like I said, I did well day 1. Let's just run through the numbers. We know it wasn't a great day, so let's just get it over with. So I sold a total of $34. I mean, 34. Imagine. I sold a total of 34 pieces. Okay, I sold my $5 bin, all that good stuff. I sold a total of 34 pieces. My like net before fees and everything was $515. My vendor fee was $85 at this one, and then it cost another $60 to fill up my gas tank, because it's a 2.5 hour drive there, and another 2.5 hour, oh my god, drive to come back. I'm struggling now, even, goodness. Something about this market is just having me struggle. Anyway, so after fees and everything, that left me with a total profit of $370. Again, not the worst, far from my best. Still grateful nonetheless. I did move some inventory, which is always a good thing, and gives me an excuse to do some more shopping, which I know you guys love as much as I do. So definitely have some videos coming up in the future with me thrifting, some estate sales, all that good stuff. But yeah, day 2 wasn't that great, and I really just don't know why that market does not do well, because the promotion is on point. I mean, they are active all the time. They're posting TikToks and Reels and Instagram posts. They have a good amount of followers. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me how bare it is, but that's neither here nor there. I gave it 2 shots and it's failed me both times. I'm gonna learn my lesson this time. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't be fooled again, or whatever they say. So I will not be fooled again. I will not be doing that market again. But there are so many markets coming out. My friends in Tennessee actually are coming out with their own market. Unfortunately, I cannot do that one because I'm on vacation that week, but they said they're going to be doing more in the future, so I will be joining their market here shortly. And then I have a huge market coming in October that I'm really excited about. So lots of more markets coming up. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of content. I know I really cater towards like the whole shopping experience, but this is also a part of my vintage journey, I guess, my repertoire, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave any comments, questions down below if you have any. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys to it. I love you guys so much. Subscribe if you aren't already, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.